Hi, hello, it's Helen. Welcome to my first YouTube live broadcast. This is quite exciting, a little bit nervous, but I'm excited to be sharing a practice with you all this evening. So what we're going to do is we are going to explore some ideas around stillness and steadiness, and to kind of move ourselves towards those places, we will look at the concept or the theme of receiving and letting go. I'm going to guide you through a short, accessible, movement-based practice which will help us just kind of relieve ourselves of any unnecessary tensions or perhaps effort that we have in our system from the day, so that we can begin to gather and focus our mind's awareness on the breath. And then I will take you through a guided relaxation at the end. For the practice, it might be quite nice for you to dim the lights in your room, and you may wish to have some blankets and cushions nearby as well, so that you can have them there, whether it's for warmth or for additional comfort. Before we begin, I'd like you to take a seat of your choice. So whether that is coming to sit onto a bolster if you have one, some blocks, you could use cushions, or you could even use a chair. And we'll just spend a little bit of time centering ourselves physically. So just take some time to arrive onto your seat of choice. And when you do, just take your time to settle physically into your seat. Have an awareness of the ground through your sit bones towards the earth, and then have an awareness of some length along your spine, along your torso, through to the crown of your head, as if you're just exploring lightness in your upper body through towards the ceiling, without lifting the shoulders, without lifting the chin. Rest your hands onto your thighs or place them onto your laps, and let your eyes close. Notice how you feel in your body. Notice physical sensations. Are there any areas of tension or places that you feel you need to just ease them softly during your practice tonight? Notice how you're feeling energetically. In yoga, when we talk about our energetic quality, we're thinking about the breath. So just notice how your breath feels. And then acknowledge the activities of the mind. Take into account the day that you've had, or even the weekend that came before. Any thoughts that may be holding your attention, perhaps for longer than you'd prefer. And just acknowledge what those thoughts are. Acknowledge what's happening with the activities of your mind. And then when you're ready, sigh your breath out, down through your body towards the earth. Consider for yourselves what it is that you hope to receive from your practice this evening. It could be a sense of lightness in your body. Or it could be a sense of steadiness in the mind, or simply to feel joyful in yourself. And then consider what it is that you hope to let go of in your practice. You could be letting go of heaviness, those unnecessary tensions that keep directing your awareness towards them. Or it could be any anxieties or concerns that you may be experiencing at the moment. So just take a few moments to acknowledge what it is that you hope to receive and what it is that you hope to let go of. And then let your eyes open and take your time to come to rest onto the back of your body. When you come to lie onto your back, have your knees bent with the soles of your feet fairly close to your bottom and no wider than hip distance apart. Let your hands rest alongside you, or you can place them onto your body if that feels more comfortable. Let your shoulders be spacious away from your spine. Your shoulder blades lie flat and your palms are soft. Become aware of the back of your body in contact with the earth. Perhaps this is the first time that you've allowed yourself to lie down today. So just notice the sensations that arise as you begin to relax and let go towards the earth. And then notice what happens when you breathe in. Follow the breath as it touches your nostrils and enters your body. Notice what happens when you breathe out. Follow the breath as it leaves your body and you soften, and then exiting back out through the space around you, through your nostrils. As you breathe in, gradually become aware of how your body expands, in particular across your rib cage and your belly. And then as you breathe out, pay attention to the way your belly softens and lowers as your rib cage hollows and draws down. Continue to follow your breath in this way and deepen your inhalations and slowly lengthen on the exhalations. Notice how soothing and calming the quality of the exhalation brings you. And then notice the feeling of spaciousness that arrives with the inhalation. So in our practice this evening, we're going to explore our movement fully integrated with the breath. And for those of you familiar with Ujjayi breathing, you may wish to transition to this breath now. For anyone who may be new to the concept or the idea of Ujjayi, it's often translated as the ocean sounding breath. And it's achieved by a slight friction that occurs as you snuggle your chin in towards the throat, the back of your neck lengthens. And then the sounding of the breath is like a soft sigh If you ever feel unsure, or it's something that you're not quite familiar with, then the sighing sound will help you become more familiar with the style of breath. So gradually deepen those exhalations, and as you do, start to activate your lower abdomen by drawing your belly button in towards the spine. Notice how your lower back responds and releases back towards the earth. As you breathe in, release that contraction around the abdomen and notice how your belly rises and your rib cage expands. Start thinking about the concept of receiving and letting go. As you breathe in, stretch your fingertips out, spread your hands wide. And then as you breathe out, clench your fists tight, activate the arms. With your next inhalation, extend your fingertips, find space between each finger, let them spread wide towards the earth. Exhale, gather the fingers in towards your palms, clench your fists and draw your belly button towards your spine as well. So just experience that contraction in your body. Inhale to release and extend once more. Exhale, clench your fists tight, experience that holding on. And then with your next in-breath, just soften your hands so they're light. And the palms are softly open as if you're holding a delicate flower. Breathe in here and sigh your breath out as you exhale. Place your hands beside you with your palms facing down. Following your next inhalation, as you breathe in, take your fingertips up towards the ceiling. And with an exhalation, stay here and notice how your shoulder blades flatten, your arms release downwards towards the earth, through your arms, through your shoulder blades. And then inhale and extend your hands up and over. You can take them out at shoulder level if this position is uncomfortable for you, for your shoulders. With your next exhalation, extend your fingertips away, and as if you're stroking a semicircle above you with your fingers, lower your hands by your sides. Repeating that pattern twice more. Breathing in, extend your fingertips up towards the ceiling. Settle here as you exhale. Experience that feeling of letting go. And then with your inhalation, continue to stroke the circle above you as you take your fingertips either onto the ground behind you or out to the sides at shoulder level. And then a long, soothing exhalation as you extend your fingertips up and over and let them rest beside you. Settle, wait for the in-breath, and take the whole sequence once more. Be really sensitive to the notion of letting go on your exhalations, very subtly. And with your in-breath then expand, extend, become spacious once more. And then finally lower everything down softly towards the earth. One final release as you exhale. Pause here as you breathe in. Pause as you breathe out. And then slide your feet a little closer towards your bottom. Your feet and your knees fairly close to one another. And on an inhalation, slide your left heel along the floor as you take your right arm up and over onto the ground behind you or out at shoulder level. As you exhale, press into your right foot and slide your left heel back as you lower your right arm down. And then again, the inhalation is lengthening diagonally from your fingertips through your pelvis towards your left heel. The exhalation brings you back. Slide the heel, lower the arm down. Once more with your right arm and your left heel. And then take the same sequence on the opposite side. When the in-breath arrives, left arm extends, right heel stretches away. Activate the right leg. And then as you breathe out, guide your heel in, slide your heel back towards your bottom and lower your hand down. So twice more in your time. Notice what happens when you complete every exhalation. You pause, you settle, and then that new breath arrives, the inhalation, you expand once again, lengthen, receive the new breath. Come back on the exhalation. Just take a moment to breathe here, to notice how you feel. And then move back to the opposite side. The right arm goes over, the left heel extends away. This time as you exhale, bring your left knee in and lower your arm back by your side. We're still working opposite arm and leg. As you inhale, extend your left heel up towards the ceiling. Take your right arm over. And then exhale, knee comes over belly, ankle softens, foot softens, arm lowers down. So now you're moving from the bent knee position. Inhale, extend through the back leg, lengthen your left heel up towards the ceiling. Exhale, reducing that, softening, drawing the knee in and releasing. Notice how your right foot supports you. As you breathe in, you could even press into your right foot as you activate the arm, activate the left leg. And then as you exhale, draw your belly in for support. Finally, inhale, lower your left arm down, your left heel down. Stay there as you breathe out, settle. And then inhale your left arm, extend your right heel along the floor. And as you exhale, guiding your tummy in towards the spine as you bring your right knee in over your belly, lower your left hand down, soften your right foot. With the in-breath, activate the foot by pushing the heel away and drawing the toes towards you as you lengthen along your right leg. Arm goes back. Exhale, draw your belly in. The knee comes over and then soften right at the end of the movement with the knee drawn in, the ankle releases. Twice more in your time. Just consider how that left foot is supporting you to maintain a sense of balance across your pelvis. Your head is anchored, your shoulders are flat. Once more in your time. And when you've completed, inhale, lower your right foot down. Exhale, settle here. Just soften, experience the practice of letting go. With your palms slightly away from you, your arms slightly away from you, palms facing up. Remember that softness of the palms as if you're holding a delicate flower. Let them be soft. And then snuggle your heels in closer towards your bottom. Press into the heels, press into the feet, draw your belly in towards the spine. And as you breathe in, lift your pelvis off the ground, coming towards a bridge, and extend and flatten your fingertips towards the earth. Your fingernails can touch the ground. As you exhale, begin to soften the hands as you lower your spine, and then your pelvis meets the ground. And you settle there. The next in-breath takes you up again. Expand and lengthen from your knees, across your body, through towards your collarbones. Your heart space extends up. Fingertips extend. Exhale, soften the hands as your body simultaneously releases and lets go carefully towards the earth. Twice more in your time. Be gentle with yourselves. Acknowledge where you are this evening in terms of how you feel in your body. You may just want to come halfway or 2/3 of the way. With your exhalations, carefully lower down. Notice how the feet support you in the movement. And then that subtle awareness of your hands softening as you release your spine towards the earth. Once more. When you've completed the round that you're on, settle once again and experience the feeling of letting go, of releasing tension, effort, settling and steadying yourself. One by one, bring your knees in over your belly and take a hold of the top of the shins, so lightly hugging the knees in. And then take a hold just behind the thighs and underneath the calves. And as you breathe in, activate the legs again. Extend your heels up towards the sky, lengthening. A light touch with your hands. With your exhalation, bend the knees and then lower your heels towards your bottom, soften the feet. So notice how you soften at the end of the movement. And then as soon as that in-breath arrives, draw your toes towards your shin bones and then push your heels up. Now imagine you're pushing your heels through thick air, extending slowly. And then as you exhale, that same slow steadiness coming in and releasing towards the earth. Inhale to come up, and this time stay here as you breathe out and think about circling your toes around your pelvis. So it's as if your feet are drawing a light circle around your pelvis. You can soften your knees as much as you need to. Do this 2 or 3 times in one direction, and then 2 or 3 times in the opposite way. When you've completed, just extend your heels away once more. And then on the out breath, soften the knees again, bend, draw in, hands placed on top of the shin bones. Take a breath in here. And as you exhale, draw your nose in the direction of your knees. Squeeze yourself into a ball-like shape. And then inhale and release yourself down. Just try that once more. A little like we did at the start with those clenched fists. On the exhalation, really round and draw in. Be a close-knitted ball. And then on the in-breath, release. Let go. Roll onto your side. And breathe freely here. Let the ground support you. Extend your top leg along the ground, push through your hands and slowly coming up. Coming to sit onto your heels if that's comfortable for you. If not, you could raise the hips by placing blocks or bolsters, or you could come onto an upward kneeling position. So if you find sitting back onto the heels too uncomfortable for your knees, raise the hips so you're a bit taller. Slide your hands away from your hip creases. So if you're in an upright kneeling, you extend them down your legs a little bit. And then if you're seated towards the heels, you extend the hands away from the knees, arms are active. With your next in-breath, slide your hands towards your hips, lift your chest, release the chin, and with an exhalation, fold deeply towards the earth. Slide your hands onto the ground in front of you, your elbows are off the ground. And as you breathe in, lift the elbows, look towards your hands, and then shift your hips forwards with your shoulders coming over your wrists. You may need to adjust yourself here if your hands are placed ahead of the shoulders. Take a breath in here, and as you exhale, lower your elbows. And then stretch your hips back towards the heels. Snuggle in, settle. Wait for the in-breath to lift the elbows, look towards your thumbs, and then shift yourself forwards once more. Your heart space, your chest can be spacious. Lift the chin if that feels okay for you. With your exhalation, bend the elbows lower towards the ground and then stretch your lower back, your hips in the direction of your heels. Just come down as far as is comfortable for you without strain. Wait for the in-breath, that emerging breath, guiding you up from the ground and forwards like you're floating. Exhale down. Extend back. Soften at the end of the exhalation. Welcome the inhalation, lengthen and activate once more to come forwards. Release down as you breathe out. Re-emerge as you breathe in. And then bring yourself down carefully, resting your hips towards your heels and coming into a child's pose. Now you can support yourself here by bringing your head forwards onto your hands. But if you feel okay to move a little deeper, bring your hands by your sides, snuggle your head towards the ground. Notice how it feels to breathe in, how the back of your lungs, the back of your shoulder blades lift and expand across your spine. And as you exhale, have a sense that you're letting go through your head towards the earth any worries or concerns.
breathing in with that expansive breath, exhaling and letting go. And then taking your time with a natural breath to slowly unfurl, like the leaf of a fern. Your head is the last thing to rise and sit tall on your spine. Your shoulders are spacious. Extend your hands away from you. Lift your chin. Relax your jaw. Take in a breath of air. And then sigh the breath as you exhale. Notice how you feel. Be aware of your breath in. Be aware of your breath out. Notice if you feel any calmer or steadier in your body, in your breath. And notice if you feel any calmer or steadier in the mind. And then bring yourself back towards a comfortable seat of your choice, having your hips raised. And take a few moments to settle into that seat. So I'm just going to guide you through a short meditation, and then we'll come down to a relaxation. Just placing your hands either softly onto your thighs or let them rest at your lap. Let your breath return to its natural rhythm. And then, if you wish, closing your eyes or soften your gaze so that you're looking down towards the earth with a softness on the eyelids. Bring your awareness to your breath in. Bring awareness to your breath out. With your inhalations, have an awareness of breathing in from the ground up, through the core of your body, along your spine, through to the crown of your head. And with your breath out, have an awareness of exhaling from the crown of your head, down through the central axis of your body, along your spine, through your pelvis, your sit bones, towards the earth. Inhale, receiving the breath from the ground up, through to the space above the crown of your head. Exhaling from the sky, from the space above you, down through towards the earth. Notice how your body establishes itself in a deeper connection at the end of the exhalation towards the earth. As you take your awareness there, stay there, and then welcome the in-breath from the ground up with a sense of vitality, a sense of joyfulness or lightness. And as you exhale, follow your breath from the space above you, around you, down through your body, through towards your sit bones, and connect it more deeply towards the earth. Send the breath down through to the earth as you exhale. Continue to follow your breath in this way for a few more moments.
being aware of that exchange of receiving a new breath from the ground up with every inhalation, and then sending the exhalation down through towards the earth, letting go along the way. Full awareness of breath in your body. And then just take a few light breaths. Let go of the practice and just become aware of how you feel. And with a full awareness, slowly transition yourselves onto the back of your body once more. If you have a bolster or some cushions, it might be nice for you to place those supports underneath the back of your knees as you stretch your torso out on the ground. If you have a blanket and you'd like to put on any extra warm clothing, just take your time to do so. Some of you may prefer to have your knees bent with the soles of your feet on the floor. And others of you may wish to lie on your side or even on your tummy. You could either have your arms stretched out alongside you or resting alongside you with your palms soft facing up, or you could rest them onto your body, perhaps over your heart or over your belly. And when you feel settled, just bring your awareness back to the natural flow of your breath. There's a rhythm that arrives. Begin to observe the ground and settle yourselves towards it. As you do so, let go of effort or tensions and take your time to notice where those tensions lie as you begin to relax and ease your body naturally. Bring your awareness to your nostrils and follow your inhalations, noticing how you expand and assume a new shape in your body. As you exhale, notice how the body retracts from that expansion as you let go and settle more steadily towards the earth. With each inhalation, as you assume a new shape, notice how your rib cage expands and your belly rises. Notice how your shoulder blades feel in relation to the ground. And then as you exhale, become aware of how you release and let go a little further towards the earth. And then bring your awareness to the top of your head and pass your attention down through your body, through your head, neck and shoulders, and along your back and towards your pelvis. Continue to carry your whole awareness down towards your feet. With your next exhalation, relax a little further on the inside as your awareness floats down through towards the earth. As you breathe in, notice how your feet release and let go away from your pelvis. As you begin to float your awareness back through your body towards the top of your head and maybe the space above the crown of your head. Begin to experience the very core of your being, your nature expanding as you receive each new inhalation. And then, with your exhale, take your awareness back down through your body from the top of your head towards the soles of your feet and beyond. Inhale to release the feet from the pelvis and float your attention back up once again. Receiving the new in-breath and feeling your body assume its new shape. Continue in this way, following the flow of your breath along the central line of your body, receiving and assuming a new shape with every inhalation, and letting go of any unnecessary tension, or perhaps take yourself back to your intention at the start of our practice. Whatever it was that you were hoping to let go of, have a sense that with each exhalation you are releasing and letting go of that. And then invite your intention to receive as you breathe in, expanding, becoming spacious. Exhaling to let go. And over the next few moments, become curious as to where the body opens and widens as you expand with that new assuming shape. And with your exhalations, simply be aware of how you melt further towards the supports of the earth. Release further, and then invite with you on your next in-breath a sense of renewal from the earth as your body widens and expands. What do you notice at the top of that expansion, at the top of the inhalation, when you're receiving, when you're drawing in? What do you notice there? And then as you exhale and you release and let go further towards the support of the earth, just let your awareness rest there and become aware of what it is that's at the end of that exhalation, the space, the pause, a moment of peacefulness. Perhaps you're hoping to reduce heaviness, dullness or fatigue, whether physical, energetic or emotional. Have a sense that each exhalation is helping to reduce, to let go, to unwind, to undo, to settle. And what do you hope to receive? The simple joy of breathing, of being held, of noticing that you are just there with your breath. That there is nothing for you to do in this moment other than be watchful and invite a sense of newness and joyfulness with every inhalation, and let go of whatever may be in the way of that joyfulness with every exhalation. Very slowly over the next few moments, begin to follow your inhalations and exhalations once again. And as you breathe in, just let your fingertips spread and flatten like we did at the start of the practice, so your hands are expansive. And as you breathe out, draw your hands, your fingertips in, and just make a gentle fist, maybe not as tightly as we did at the start. Inhale to extend, find some space in between your fingertips. Exhale, this time maybe draw your shoulders towards your ears. You could activate the legs and push your heels away. Inhale to soften. And then exhale once more. Just squeeze your body in towards itself. When the in-breath comes, release. And then if you'd like to, just take a few moments to stretch or move in a way that feels useful. Perhaps sighing the breath out a few times as you go. Rolling onto your side. Take a few breaths there. And then take your time to find a comfortable seat of choice once more. Rest your hands over your heart, one hand on top of the other. Lower your chin, maybe let your eyes close for a few moments. Just remind yourself of your intention, of what it was that you were hoping to receive and what it was that you were hoping to let go of. And perhaps you maybe feel like you've moved a little closer towards receiving and letting go. Thank you very much for joining me. I'm really happy that you're here, and thank you so much. So, if you liked the practice this evening, then please do like and leave a comment so that I know who was here and how you felt about the practice. Perhaps whether the intention worked for you. It was a very gentle practice. It was always going to be that way. And if you like what I'm doing, then I'd love for you to subscribe to the channel because I'll gradually be releasing more and more things on here that maybe you'll enjoy as well. So thank you very much, and I hope you have a restful evening or day and enjoy the rest of your week. Thank you.